Good morning, everyone. Hope you had a nice and relaxing weekend. And welcome back. I love it how every time I start this video, about 10 to 15 minutes before I get here, it's silent. And then as soon as I start, the dog next door decides to wake up. It's perfect timing every time. Part of the practice, right? It's never truly silent. So today, good morning. Today you'll just need a yoga mat. And if you're somewhere with a view, somewhere with some nature, or where you can have access to a window if you're in the city, be nice to set up someplace where we have access to that for part of the meditation today. If not, that's okay too. Can always kind of go there in our mind. Okay. So when you're ready, finding a comfortable seat. So sitting in any way where the full focus isn't about the sensations in the body and holding yourself into a seated posture. So having a little bit more freedom to sit in a way that works for your body instead of this very active style that we tend to sit in when we meditate. So just sit. Okay. And as we begin our practice this morning, I invite you to close your eyes, sink back, resting in the sensation of the sit bones supported by the ground. Gently close the eyes and just start to arrive. That practice of bringing the mind back home to the body, arriving back home. And I'll invite the bell to sound as a symbol that we're starting our practice this morning. As you sit, begin to invite your awareness to your breath. Allowing the breath to freely move in through the nose and out through the nose. Resisting that urge to change the breath. As the neighborhood wakes up over here. Noticing any thoughts that come up in response to the sounds. That idea that we can't meditate unless it's perfectly silent. Just noticing that. And instead of getting caught up in that story, see if you can use that distraction instead as an invitation to come back to breath. Practicing arriving back onto your yoga mat, in your body. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to deepen your breath. Trying to breathe in and out through the nose. Feeling the breath pour in through the nose. Filling the lungs. And feeling that flow out through the lungs and the nose as you breathe out. Noticing any places in the physical body that might be talking to you in this moment. Those places where we hold some pain or tension. As we try to take care of some of that this morning to start our day. Enjoying that deep and even breath in and out through the nose. Feeling those sensations of breath. Feeling that rise and inflate as you breathe in. And release. Compression as you breathe out. And bring your awareness to the sounds around you. The sounds of nature, if you're someplace outside, maybe hearing the birds. If you're in a city, hearing the sound of the city wake up. And be playing with switching the awareness from the right side to the left. finding those layers of sound. That come together in this moment. And bringing the awareness to your skin. That outside barrier where your physical body ends and the air begins. Can you soften that boundary? Being open to energies of the highest of good. And be feeling that cool breeze or warm sunlight. And sensation of the sit bones and parts of the legs supported by the ground. And that sense of floating in the spine. Taking a moment to notice any other sensations connected to the skin. That huge sense organ. Sinking deeper into breath. Sinking deeper into this moment. Back home in the body. Bringing the awareness, keeping the eyes closed up to the eyes. Noticing any shadows or light coming through the lids from the sunlight. Maybe lifting the chin, tilting the head, noticing how that sunlight changes as it comes through the backs of the lids. Stimulating the eyes, that sense of sight, even when the eyes are closed. A sense of curiosity here. Without really thinking about it, using that intuition, turn the head to a direction and then softly open the eyes. Finding a fixed point that the eyes are naturally drawn to. Observing that one spot somewhere in your natural environment. Noticing the lines, the colors, the movement or stillness. Keeping that breath deep and even as you practice just looking. If your eyes feel that they need to go to a different place, take a deep breath in. When you're ready for your exhale, switch to your second place. Keep the spine soft, shoulders down and back, and notice what you see at this second point. Looking with fresh eyes, fully aware in this moment. What do you see? How does that make you feel? Enjoying this practice one more time. Take a deep breath in. When you're ready to exhale, shift the gaze. Noticing what you see in this third spot. Making it less about the destination and getting there and more about observing. The textures, the sunlight, how it dances, the breeze, how it moves. Drawing inspiration. Following those lines of where one object begins and another ends. Enjoying this mindful practice of watching and looking. One more full breath here. And slowly start to close the eyes, bring the attention back inside that internal space. Bring the palms to touch, fingertips touch at heart center. And not press, just meeting, the hands meeting. Be noticing a buzz, a vibration between the palms. And take a moment here to set an intention. An intention for the practice, for the day. Maybe you'd like to continue this practice of deep looking. Following your breath. Grounding, peace, joy, whatever it is you need today. And very slowly on that next inhale, start to blink open the eyes and extend the legs, hey Rosie, out in front of you. Give the feet a little bit of a flex or point both toes. Flex both toes. Sitting up nice and tall, fingertips come out to the side to support the spine. There's tension down the backs of the legs. You might feel some pull here just from keeping the spine nice and tall. Bringing your attention to your feet today. See if you can bend all of the toes under, but keep the big toe pointed up. Spread all the toes out wide. One more time. Fold all those toes down. Keep the big toe pointed up. Release. Give a little bit of a shake. And make your way onto hands and knees. Bring the big toes and soles of the feet together, and then sit back onto feet. Sitting up nice and tall, checking in with the pelvis. If you have extra flexibility in that low back, you might naturally round it forward, seeing if you can tuck the pelvis under slightly, getting a nice length in the low back. Sitting up here, or if you want to include a little bit of shoulder release today, bring the hands out to the side so the thumbs point down, then sweep the right arm underneath the left. The elbows come together. Right hand can grab forearm. The left thumb, or work to have palms touching. My shoulders are feeling a little tight today, so we're going to grab thumb. Pull the forearms away from the face and reach up. And that release across the back of the neck, the upper back. Breathing here into those sensations. Keeping the forearms away from the face. One full breath here. And very slowly releasing the hands. Bring the hands to the shoulders. Give yourself a little bit of a hug as you pull the shoulders out to the side, round through the back. Draw the belly towards the spine. Allowing any sensations across the front of the ankles to be there, releasing. Practice that looking. So when you keep your eyes closed, can you still look? See what's happening in your body. One more big breath here. And that next inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release the hands down by the side. Make some gentle circles with the wrists. Shake the wrists out. Bring the arms back out to a T again. Thumbs point down. This time, left arm sweeps under right. Coming to find that same pose on this side of the body. Lift the elbows away, forearms away. Tuck the pelvis under. Stay here. You can close the eyes, looking inward, or practice that observation again. Close the eyes, turn the head, open the eyes. Notice what you see. Keeping yourself here. Breathing into those sensations that arise in the upper back, chest, and shoulders. One more breath. And slowly unwind, bring the hands back to those shoulder blades. Give yourself a hug. Pull the belly button towards the spine, round through the back. yourself a big hug to start your day. Taking some time this morning to show yourself some love, some compassion and understanding. Allowing those sensations in the ankles to be there. Three more full breaths here. On that next inhale, pull the spine back. Release the arms down by the side and make any movements you need with those wrists. And shift your weight forward, coming onto the hands. Very slowly start to lift the feet, allowing them to hover in space. Feeling that sensation of blood rushing down the backs of the legs, down towards the knees and out through the feet. Take some moments here to make gentle movements with the ankles and toes. Making small circles. And tuck all 10 toes under so they're pointing towards the front of the mat. You might need to reach back and help all of the toes so all 10 are pointing forward. And keep the hands on the ground and sink the hips back towards the heels. Feeling that nice release in the toes, arches of the feet. Keep the chin tucked in and stay here. Or if you want a little bit more, then you walk the hands back so that more of the weight rests back into the heels. Maybe bringing the hands to the thighs. Keeping the shoulders soft. If you want more still, and sit all the way up so that the weight rests down into the toes, getting a nice release in that arch of the foot. Wherever you are, come back to breath. The taller you sit up, the more sensation in those feet. You can close the eyes or open, finding a gaze. Whatever is working better for you today. 3 more full breaths here, allowing those sensations to move, releasing those deep fascia lines in the feet, those connective tissue lines that run all the way down to the base of the foot. One more breath. On that next inhale, bring your fingertips back down to the floor, plant the hands. Slowly lift the feet, allow the feet to hover. When you're ready, slowly make some gentle movements with the toes. Allowing any popping to be there, helping to release those deep tissue lines in the feet. Bring the knees out wide, big toes touch. Send the hips back towards the heels. Extend the arms forward, seeing if you could bring the forehead down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in through the nose, sighing, exhale out through the mouth. Enjoying the sensation of the body resting on the ground. Taking as many breaths as you need here. slowly when you're ready. On that next inhale, press through the hands, slowly coming all the way back up. Keep the eyes closed. Bring the hands to the heart, palms touching. Bow the head as that symbol of gratitude to yourself. Reflecting back on your intention for the day. Carrying that with you. And when you're ready, you can slowly blink open the eyes. Thank you guys so much for joining in. Namaste. Rosie. Rosie's here today, sitting right in front of the camera. Hey, Rosie. Okay, bye, guys. Oh. Hi, hi.